Hello and welcome everyone to Bootcamp. We have said hello, we've hit record and we're ready to go. So if you're watching this at home in your own time, playing it back in your own time, I hope you have a wonderful experience. The first bootcamp's maybe just a little bit more detailed because there's nothing else, there's not the activities set for you to do today, as I'll explain. But we've got loads to do today, loads to do. And I'm going to talk about the first concept here. It's called the love-ometer. The love-ometer. And what we do with the love-ometer is we rate how we're feeling. And I'm going to encourage you to do that every day. Now, obviously, if you want to take some notes down, that's great, but you can just watch this back because it's going to be a short video. It's kind of easy to watch back and maybe take some notes from it, but feel free to take some notes if you would like to. This reminds me of something really wonderful that I used to do. We used to hold retreats in Greece and Corfu. And when we got retreatees, when everyone came out, on the first day, the first thing we did was the love-ometer. And you can do this two ways. It's basically rating how you feel, okay? Positivity is love, okay? And you could say that negativity is simply a lack of love, just to put it nicely. So if we're feeling negative, there's a lack of love there. So what we're doing with the love-ometer is basically rating how we feel each day, each morning, and after we do the activities as well, so that you can actually quantify how much you feel from it, how positive that makes you feel. So positivity is love. Negativity is simply a lack of love. That's all. Because we're not going to do judgments here at all over the next 21 days. And what we're trying to do is up the love. We want to feel the love, don't we? I think that's all we want to feel anyway, is love. So, like in a more traditional way, how I do it is generally I rate on a scale of 1 to 10 how I feel. So if I'm going to say it's a 10, then my cup is completely full, 100% on the love-ometer. It's quite useful in the morning just to give yourself a little score. So you can do it on a scale of 1 to 10, but when I created the retreat and the love-ometer, it was actually from 0 to 100. So it was a kind of percentage. And the reason that we do that is because we want to tip the balance. So you might feel 50% love, okay, which is equal. If you go to 51% love, then you've tipped the balance. You're in that space of love. So we want to try and always get our number above the 51%, above 5 out of 10, if you like to. So I don't know if you would like to rate how you're feeling just now.
Who's going?
Who's going? Do you want me to go first? I would say today, I would say I'm probably about 85% this morning, a wee bit higher than normal first thing in the morning. In fact, when I woke up this morning, I was smiling, like before I get out of my bed, and I felt very peaceful. And I thought, I can't wait. I can't wait. So I'm quite high score this morning. I would say, 85%, and I'm sure I'm going to feel closer to 10 by the time we're finished here this morning. Anyone else like to go? It's just whatever you feel comfortable with. If you would rather do it on a scale of 1 to 10, that's fine. But if you feel that you have to work on it, break it down into a percent so that you can get yourself above 51%. Because then your cup is half full as opposed to being half empty. Just taking it to the 51% will make a big difference. So yeah, shall we give ourselves a number, even just 1 to 10, so that we can do the same again at the end, see how you're feeling after we've indulged yourself in these lovely activities. Kirstine, what would you say? I wouldn't usually do this, but since it's the first day.
5 today, I think, at the moment.
5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's in the balance, isn't
So,
it? Yay. So yeah, we've got some space to feel better there with your 5. That's great. Yay. Thank you. Really interesting to see how he's feeling at the end of this, of course. Kimberly, would you like to give us a wee number? If it was 1 to 10.
Probably 6.
A 6. That's pretty good, I would say.
6.
Yeah. Hey, so there's more love.
For my negative self, that is quite good. Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thanks, Kimberly. Thank you. And Yvette, how would you say you're feeling this morning if you were rating it 1 to 10? And it's
4.
okay. 4. 4. Okay. It'll be lovely to see how you're feeling later on, and even more so as the days and the weeks progress. Wonderful. Thank you very much for that. Alison, how about yourself?
I would say about 6 out of 10. I had a good morning, so
Lovely.
yeah, I'm happy.
6 is not bad at all. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thanks, Alison. And Brendan?
I would say a 6 as well.
6, yeah. You're quite a positive person, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Excellent. Well, you might reach a 10 on occasion.
Hopefully.
I hope so. Thanks so much. And how about yourself,
Thank you.
Catherine?
I started off a 5. I'm now a 6.
You feeling a 6 already? That's brilliant. That's excellent. Thank you. I mean, these scores are not bad for the beginning of January or the middle of January. This is definitely the longest and the most kind of challenging month of the year, probably because it's dark, as well as just being after Christmas time. So these scores are not too bad, I've got to say. Carol, how about yourself?
Probably about 5.5, 6, kind of in between.
In between, yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Good stuff. How about yourself, Pete?
6.5, 7, because I've had a successful morning. There was things I wanted to do, and if I hadn't done them, I wouldn't have been here.
Okay.
Because I wanted to be finished. I decided if I was going to do this, I needed to be finished by 12 o'clock.
Wow,
So,
you're
yes,
a step
7.
ahead, aren't you? Pete's definitely a step ahead. Thanks very much, Pete. That's brilliant. And how about yourself, Karen?
I had written down between a 6 and a 7, so I guess that's a 6.5. So yeah,
Just like Pete, that's brilliant. Excellent. Yeah, and we'll see how we're all feeling a wee bit later on. So I think it's really, really nice to do that. And each morning when you do it, if you get a score and you're thinking, that could be better, maybe ask yourself, what can I do today just to tip the balance into love? And that's the whole idea, this whole concept of Bootcamp, that we're going to play with a lot of ideas and how you can transform any day or any moment, and you can help yourself stand in love, as opposed to lack of love, which is negativity. So you might ask yourself, well, what can I do today? And that can be socially, that could be mentally, that could be emotionally, that could be physically or spiritually. And that's all the things that we're going to consider in our boot camp. Wonderful. So positivity is love and negativity is simply a lack of love. And maybe if we're feeling our scores a little bit lower, we might think, well, maybe I want to work on gratitude, or get into nature today, or connect with a friend today, or eat something really healthy today, or drink some water, some extra water, because we're going to be talking about all aspects of our well-being over the next 21 days, which will encompass exercise and nutrition and everything as well. There is one day that we do a water challenge, for example, and tomorrow I'll show you how to bless your water, how to bring lots of beautiful energy into your water so that you're drinking a cup of love. And actually, when we do the retreats, what we used to do when we all got together on the first days, I used to give out plastic cups, little, not plastic, the polystyrene ones that you could draw on. And I got everyone just to draw on the cup where they were with the loveometer, so they could actually see in the cup, and then use a different colour pen the next day, and then the following day, and the following day through the routine of the retreat. And most people, after being at the retreat for 3 days, were scoring at least 9 every morning. And I thought, wow, this is working well. So yeah, we'll talk more about that tomorrow. Okay, next little thing is it's a slightly administrative thing. This next one is the journal. Has everyone got a notepad, a pen, post-it notes, just wee things that might, it's like being a student again, it's great, isn't it? Like lots of little post-it notes and different coloured pens. I love doing stuff like that. I get more into what I'm doing if I've got more paper and different coloured paper and lots of stationery with me. Has everyone got a journal, something they can write into, that they can log their experiences, so to speak? Yay! Yeah, I'm liking your journals. Very nice indeed. And keep your journal. And what you might want to do is just make a wee note of all your activities and how useful you felt they were. The journal is an opportunity to reflect. And I think as well, if any questions come up, maybe write them down in your journal, and then you can present those questions to me. I was going to do a couple of question answer sessions over the 3 weeks, and I was going to say, if you just go into the event and you put your questions down there, you know, if that feels okay, if that feels aligned, every now and again I'll go into the event and I'll take your questions and I'll just do a video where it's just me answering your questions as little extra ones, because I think that's a useful way of working as opposed to writing everything down. I thought I'd just do a few extra videos there, a wee opportunity to reflect. Probably on the days we were processing, you know, our little catch-up days, I'd maybe do a little video before that and put it on the YouTube one for you, and answer all your questions if you're comfortable with that, because things will come up. And feel free to ask questions anytime, of course, which would be wonderful. Okay, on many of the days, we're going to practice some conscious breathing techniques. Obviously, there's a bit of meditation with everything that we're doing. And I'm actually going to show you the 9 different ways that we can meditate in these 21 days. How exciting is that? I'm going to show you the 9 different ways that we can meditate. And I'm going to bring in some little techniques that you can use that only take a few minutes to help you get right in the moment and really, really focused in the moment. And I would say, just to introduce meditation, meditation's about focus. It's about us being able to focus on something. Many people maybe have the idea that meditation is just having a blank mind, no thoughts whatsoever. That can happen, of course. And it's wonderful when it does, when we realize there's no thinking and we're completely present. But I think, generally speaking, meditation is about focusing on something. And today, I'm just going to show you a little technique, a little breathing technique, how to breathe properly, actually. Because a lot of people do not breathe properly. They shallow breathe into their chest. So we're just going to get comfy for a few moments. And today's technique is really simple. And most of this information is really simple, by the way. It's just about practicing it and integrating it, and then we build on it. But I'm calling the conscious breathing technique today belly breathing. Okay. And I think it's quite useful maybe to have a hand on the chest and a hand down at your tummy. And let's just breathe together. Not putting anyone under any pressure, just allow yourself to take a breath or two. And notice as you breathe in that the hand on your chest moves quite a lot, doesn't it? It rises, it expands with the in-breath and falls with the out-breath. And it's just about following that breath there. But you probably notice that the hand down on your belly is moving a little bit less. So what we want to do here is focus our breath and breathe into our tummy. So the first thing to do is just relax your tummy. Let your tummy go really soft. Let it hang out. No one can see your tummy. Let it really hang out. Let it be really soft. And now take a breath into your tummy. And notice your tummy expand and soften as you breathe in, and then let your chest fill with air. And as you exhale, allow the breath to be released from the tummy first, and then from the chest. And I would say breathe quite slowly if you can, and if it's at all possible, inhale through your nose. If you're a wee bit blocked up, breathe through your mouth, of course, but if you can breathe in through your nose, right into your tummy, feel it soften and expand on the in-breath. Then notice your chest fills and allow the breath to leave your tummy first, and then any residual air from your chest last of all. How's that feeling for everyone? If you're not used to breathing into your tummy, it might feel like a little bit of effort there. But what I find is that it helps you feel centered and it helps you feel really grounded doing that. It brings in a calmness, there's no doubt about it. And I begin any meditation simply by taking 3 deep breaths into my tummy, really consciously focusing on my tummy. Just allowing you to take a few more tummy breaths. There we go. So even just for a moment or two, or a minute or two, as was the case there, consciously breathing, breathing on purpose. I know we do it all the time. It's something that we take for granted also, but doing it on purpose, just for a few minutes, just helps us feel that wee bit more grounded, that wee bit more settled. So you might want to consider, don't worry, I'm not asking anyone to do this out loud until the end. You might want to consider where you are now on the levometer, just as you just took a wee breath or two into your tummy, just to see if that shifted your consciousness a little bit. I can feel the vibe from everyone. I feel there's more of a peaceful vibe. People feel a wee bit more settled. Yeah, you too, Carol. That's great. Lovely. Okay, so every day we're going to practice breathing and breathing techniques, because if you were just to sit and meditate and say, right, let's sit for 5 minutes and meditate, and you're sitting on your own, I want to give you some tools that can help you do that. So that if there are days where you feel a wee bit easily distracted, and we all have days like that, of course, that you're able maybe to practice a particular technique that brings you into your breath, focuses you into the breath, and then you realize a few minutes into it, the only thing that you focused on was your breath, that you didn't have normal thoughts. And we're going to talk loads about thinking. We have a positive thinking day coming up this week. For example, we're going to consider thinking. We're going to look at our thinking. And what I'll tell you, just briefly today, is that we have up to 90,000 thoughts a day. Now, can you imagine that? Your average person thinks between 60 and 90,000 thoughts a day. I'd say most people think 90,000 thoughts a day. That's quite mind-blowing if you consider that for a little moment. And out of all those 90,000 thoughts a day, perhaps 1% of that thinking is fresh from the previous day. So 99% of your thoughts are recycled, which I think is quite mind-blowing as well. 99% of 90,000 thoughts is a big number, of course. I'm also going to suggest to you that at best, maybe 10% of your thoughts are useful to you, or won't cause you harm. But I would suggest that most people, 90% of the thoughts are at best described as a waste of time, or you could describe them as pathological, meaning they can cause illness. Okay, so we have 90,000 thoughts a day. 1% of those thoughts is fresh day by day on average. It will be different for us once we're finished boot camp. That number will go up for us, but only at best 10% of your thoughts are useful. And thoughts are ideas to help us solve problems. So 90% of people's thinking is at best described as a waste of time, but you could say that those 90% of thoughts actually cause people illness one way or another. So we're going to be considering our thinking and ways to transform our thinking, which brings me on to our next point. Okay, something that we're going to focus a lot on in our 21 days is gratitude. Gratitude is a way that you can transform your thoughts in a moment, in a single moment. If we think about what we're grateful for, we can transform our state of mind. And I'm going to show you lots of different ways that you can practice gratitude, because we're going to use it to work on our health, our relationships. We're going to use gratitude to help create abundance and the life that we want. We want to attract the things that are good for us. And gratitude is one of my best friends, because in any moment I can transform how I'm feeling. Should I want to, if I make that my decision, I've decided I want to feel better. I want to feel happy. And I keep kind of thinking about things that are bringing me down. Well, we focus on some gratitude just to change that and to help us attract more of what we really want. So we're talking lots about thinking, thoughts, and gratitudes over the coming 21 days. My first task with gratitude, I'm going to explain that first, and I've got a little meditation for you to help us be grateful, if you like, a little gratitude meditation that I've prepared for us today. But what I'm going to ask you to do tomorrow in your first day, if it's okay with everyone, of course, nothing's mandatory. This is just recommendations and perhaps things that would be useful to you. But what I thought we'd do tomorrow in your own time is if you can think about 5 things that you're grateful for in your practice tomorrow. Just 5 things. So it's thinking about 5 things that you're grateful for. But what is key to this process is to think why you're grateful for those things. So it's quite easy to list 5 things. If it's a sunny morning, you think, I'm so grateful for the sunshine, the light. One of my first gratitudes, and I do gratitude every morning, is I am so grateful to be alive. I've got another day here. I am grateful to be alive. So tomorrow morning, I think gratitude's a good thing to do in the morning, or whenever you would like to. What we're doing is finding 5 things that we're grateful for, but giving some reasons why, because that really deepens the gratitude. So I've got a wee example for you, I thought, this morning. I'm just going to give one example. I am grateful for spiritual bootcamp. Okay, I'm grateful to have everyone here this morning. I truly am. And then I sat down and I thought, right, why am I grateful? Okay, so my first point is that this helps me deepen my connection with others over 21 days. So many of you here are my friends, and I get to hang out with my friends and people who I like and people who want to work on the spiritual practice every day, which is just wonderful. I get to connect with you every day and get to see you every day. So that's my first gratitude, and connecting with my friends. I'm also grateful for spiritual bootcamp because it allows me to live my life on purpose, because I believe this is my purpose. I feel that I'm here to teach, actually, and to help people and to guide people. And it's funny, I was reflecting on it this morning and writing it down this morning, and I was thinking, even as a child, I used to play schools all the time, and yeah, I was always a teacher. I've got plenty to say. I was always a teacher, but how we play when we're young, but actually we get ready for a particular role in life and something that we love doing. This is my passion, and boot camp is allowing me to connect with my passion. It's also allowing me to be really creative and put together a lovely program that would actually work for people. It's almost like writing a book, but it's just doing it verbally and orally. One of the things I love in life most of all is watching people grow. And that's listed as one of the reasons I'm grateful for bootcamp. To see people grow, to see people become more confident and to, come into their power and their happiness, and to see that unfold in front of me over the next 21 days, I tell you, it's already bringing me a lot of joy. And I know from previous times that you just see it happening. That's just wonderful. This is an opportunity for me to have my kind of fun. It's one of the reasons that I'm grateful for boot camp. Because I believe if it's not fun, there's something up. We need to make things a little bit fun, don't we? Otherwise, we lose interest. It's an opportunity to share my experiences, my knowledge, and watch people grow. It's also helping me in my business, and I'm very grateful to you all for that. And therefore, it's putting food on my table this month. So thank you everyone for that. I'm very grateful for that. And with the connection bit, it's been difficult to see people since December, the beginning of December. Many people have been isolating. So this is my opportunity to see you and connect with you and feel, there's a social aspect to it as well. I've got other things down there too, but I think you get the gist of it. There's one thing that I'm grateful for is boot camp this morning. There are many other things. And I've went in and thought about why I'm so grateful for that. And it really deepens my gratitude. So your task tomorrow is to think of 5 things that you're grateful for. And it's just what feels aligned that day. Your gratitudes might be different on another day when we think about them. It might be that you write it down in your journal. I would certainly write down the main point. But if you're just thinking about it, you can think about the reasons that you're grateful. And what you've done there is you've actually created a meditative practice. It might not be what you think is meditation, because we're not sitting or cross-legged and taking deep breaths. Meditation can also be reflection. And here we're reflecting on our life in a really positive way. And it's just wonderful. I'll let you just have a wee stretch if you need to, a wee sip of water. Cheers, everyone, or a drink of your tea. Thanks, Brendan. You just totally put us all in the mood there. Cheers, everyone. And I'm going to talk you through a little gratitude meditation. Would that be all right, everyone? Yay. So if you want to just get yourself nice and comfortable, and make sure your back's nice and straight. And if you're seated, it's useful to really feel the presence of your feet on the ground. I love to be aware of my feet touching the ground. Of course, you can lie down and meditate too, but if you want to concentrate, it's better having a straight spine, feeling your feet on the ground, feeling nice and straight. And we're just going to take a couple of breaths into our tummy before we begin. And as you exhale, just allow your body to relax. Allow all the muscles of your body to be nice and soft and relaxed. And really notice the contact between your body and whatever's supporting you today. And I invite you to close your eyes, gently closing your eyes, taking a nice, soft, deep breath into your tummy. And as you exhale, allowing all the muscles of your body to relax a little bit further and let go a little bit more. One more really nice deep breath into your tummy, allowing your body to relax even further with the out breath. That's beautiful. And I'm just going to guide you through this. If you keep your eyes closed, and just to say from the onset, if the only prayer you ever say in your entire life is thank you, then this is enough. Take a moment in your mind to give thanks for this glorious day, this Saturday. Giving thanks for our presence together here at Bootcamp. Giving thanks for this moment of mindful meditation. And giving thanks for the peaceful feeling that's flowing through your mind and your body just now. Giving thanks for the breath of life, as you can feel your chest gently rise and fall with the in and out breath. Giving thanks for your beautiful temple, your body, as you breathe in and out with love and joy. Giving thanks for your body being the vehicle of your life, allowing you to navigate through life with ease and grace. Giving thanks for your eyes that see and all the beautiful things that you see in life. Giving thanks for your ears that hear all the beautiful sounds that surround us in nature, the sound of people's voices, or all the notes within the music. Giving thanks for your mouth that tastes all the beautiful foods and flavours of life. Giving thanks for your skin that feels. Giving thanks for your mind that thinks and creates beautiful ideas and concepts. Giving thanks for all the positive emotions that you experience and feel on a daily basis. Giving thanks for the ability to be who you want to be, that we can be ourselves. Giving thanks for free will and personal choice that we all have each and every day to be ourselves. Giving thanks for new days, fresh beginnings. As we breathe, we start afresh. Every breath we rebirth. Giving thanks for all the little chemical responses within your body that keep you alive. Giving thanks for your body's immune system that keeps you safe from disease. Giving thanks for your organs that maintain health. Giving thanks for all the services that keep us safe. Giving thanks for modern technology and devices that are at our fingertips. Giving thanks for your homely, for your home, the shelter, the warmth, and your sanctuary at home. Giving thanks for the abundance of food that we eat. Giving thanks for the water you drink and the ability to simply turn on the tap and receive this water. Giving thanks for the sunshine that warms your skin and brightens your world. Giving thanks for the air that you breathe. Giving thanks for the rain that brings us life. Giving thanks for the sun, the moon, and the stars. Giving thanks for the magnificent scenery that we look at every day in our windows and our landscapes around us. Giving thanks for our family, our friends, and our pets. Giving thanks for you being present here today at Bootcamp. Thank you, everyone. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed a little guided meditation of gratitude. Again, if you want to just rate how you're feeling in your own loveometer, don't worry, I'm not going to ask you to say that out loud. But just demonstrating that, when we connect with things that we maybe take for granted, and I'll talk about taking things for granted over the 21 days, but often, we switch a light on, Carol was saying it's dark, we just switch a light on and we don't even consider for a moment, the energy and everything that, allows us just to switch a switch and a device goes on or it's light. It's the same with a tap, and having a glass of water. We almost take it for granted that the water's there. We do, don't we? Should the water run out, we wouldn't take that for granted. And should you have to go to a well and use a bucket or dig a big hole to extract the water from the earth, then you certainly wouldn't take it for granted then either. But life is very easy, and sometimes it's just looking into the details to find our gratitudes. But we're really going to work on gratitudes, and for tomorrow, it's just thinking about 5 things you're grateful and listing some reasons why. Okay, I apologise that I've went on a wee bit longer today. I've still got 2 points to do, so would you like to just take a wee stretchy break for a couple of minutes? Would that be all right, just to do that wee bit more today? So the idea is today just getting set up. So would that be all right? Even just if I pause the video and say have 5 minutes, would that be all right for everyone? It's only today, just to really get started, so that tomorrow you can wake afresh and you've got all those ideas there, and you're actually practicing and stuff today, which is wonderful. Because we're going to do a little bit of mindful practice, and I've got a couple of really interesting things. We've got 3 activities there, and also we're going to speak a little bit about affirmations. We're going to think about how we want to feel and about creating some affirmations today as well, so that you can do that tomorrow. So I think maybe just to give you a wee 5 minutes, if that's all right, have a stretch, get yourself a cuppa, drink some water. You might go to the little girl or boy's room. I'll see you in 5 minutes, everyone. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.